Today, let's talk about how to manage your time when you move abroad. And these tips could definitely work for anyone who is also back home and is perhaps maybe even thinking of changing their life and how to manage their time. And I will say for a fact here that I am not a guru when it comes to managing time. However, I have learned quite a lot as well along the way, especially having lived abroad and noticing that, it takes quite a lot from you, and you might find yourself that you have so many things to do and you have yourself to actually take the initiative to do all those things, and you might end up procrastinating quite a lot, which happens all so often. And so this video is to help you so that you can be able to manage your time when you move abroad. Once again, if you are back home, you can definitely use these tips if they work for you. Whichever works for you, take it and run with it. If it doesn't work for you and you have other ways where you manage your time, then go ahead and do that. But when you move abroad, the first thing that you will notice is that you will have to go into a very hyper independent bubble that is never gonna end, for sure. So it's important to notice and maybe calibrate all the activities that you have within your day and see which ones are of highest priority and which ones are of lowest priority, and which ones are actually just to maintain your life and which are those which are core to your life. And I will definitely explain this, what I mean. So if, for instance, maybe you're doing studies and maybe you're doing your master's or your PhD, then your core thing is definitely attending to classes or attending to schoolwork, while everything else that comes around it, for instance, maybe you need to cook, or you need to maybe go to the gym, or you need to maybe meet with people, be social, go to churches, go to social places, etc. Then this is what we call life maintenance, which means that what has brought you into that country, which is study, needs to take more of your time and is obviously priority as opposed to all other activities that come around you being in that country. Now, for example, if you are scheduled to go to school and maybe you have school activities between, say, 8 to around 5 or 6, or depending on how it is within your program, then you can ensure that maybe you block your time such that between 8 and 6, you are strictly doing schoolwork and you don't want to have any other distractions. You don't want someone calling you for a social activity. You don't want to distract yourself with scrolling aimlessly on your phone, etc. So one of the things that you can do is, for example, you can put your phone on do not disturb mode, and then you are able to concentrate 100% between 8 to 6 for your studies. Obviously, you can take breaks where perhaps you can use certain time management or time blockers where you maybe do a certain activity for maybe an hour or half an hour, then take a break, maybe which you could answer to 1 or 2 texts maybe on your phone, or enjoy an Instagram post or a TikTok post or a certain a video like this one, and then you can go back to your routine. So make sure that you can be able to also take some bit of time in between such that you're not burning yourself out, because you will be hit with loads of reading and loads of learning when you come to study abroad. Because I will compare it with Kenya, and I was in Kenyatta University, and please do not come for me over here, because most people think that studies in Kenyatta University were extracurricular and everything else was what was getting us going. I will take that personally, but I will tell you for a fact, when you come abroad, the studies are quite a lot. And in fact, you will realize that there's a lot of reading, there's a lot of research, there's a lot of group work, a lot of assignments, lots of things to be done as compared to what we have back at home. So it's important for you to focus and ensure that you're blocking your time in a way where you can be able to focus correctly, such that it will generate the right results that you would want on your exams as well as your continuous assessment tests. This is something that I actually used to do so that I'm able to actually concentrate, because at the same time you're in a foreign country, you're trying to maybe learn the language and new ways of life and all these kind of things, and this can take up your time and your mind quite a lot. So it's important for you to focus. If you are actually working, this goes for the same as well, because you also need to concentrate at work and be at your best at work. As much as there's a lot that is surrounding you in terms of you obviously wanting to connect with people back at home, you obviously wanting to be social, interact with your colleagues and all these kind of things, there's a lot that comes about with it. So it's important to take your time, to block time, to specifically be very disciplined, to say that I'm going to do this from 8 to 9 and then take a break, then I'll do this from 9:30 to 10:30 and so on and so forth. So this is one of the things that has really helped me to the extent that I'm able to do a lot within the day. And another thing that has helped me is listing down the things that I need to do within that particular day. So, for example, when I wake up, I'm like, okay, today, this is Wednesday, there's several things that I need to do, and I list them according to priority in a way that I'm able to take the first priorities and then go all the way ticking out everything that I need to do within the day. This might not work for you. Perhaps you like to do things as they go by and you want to be freestyle and all these kind of things. If that is what works for you, go ahead and do it. However, make sure that you're doing the first priority things and then going over to the other ETCs, which you could feel less guilty about if you procrastinated them and decided to do them the following day. So that is another thing that has helped me quite a lot to ensure that I'm able to keep time on the highest priority tasks. And this has helped me over time when I was a student as well as now as working. Now, another thing that has helped me quite a lot is to ensure that I am able to put in several tasks within my down times during the week. So, for example, what do I mean by this is that, for instance, from Monday to Friday, you're working. So let's say you have an 8 to 5 day, and then after 5, there's what we call free fall time, depending on you, depending on whether maybe you have an activity such as the gym, or maybe you want to cook, or maybe you want to be social, or maybe you have family and you need to take care of them. Then this time after 5, you need to be very critical about what do you do after 5. Once again, depending on where you are, maybe you're commuting, I don't know, or maybe, you have quite a lot of things that are in between that you need to do. So it could be from 5, it could be from 8, whatever the time. So you need to be very deliberate about this time so that you feel as if you're utilizing it correctly. So this time could be from 5, could be from 8, could be from 7. Really dependent on you. You might be quite tired and maybe you feel that you don't have the capacity to do anything. That's also fine. So give yourself that grace. But make sure that, at least, for example, for me, I found it's much easier to have less commutes as opposed to what I used to have in Nairobi. So I find myself that at least from the hours of 6 all the way to around 10 or 11 where I go to bed, then I have some bit of time, and it's so easy to waste this time. So it's very crucial to be very deliberate on what exactly you're doing at that point in time. Perhaps maybe you're going to the gym, maybe you have an activity, maybe you have a social activity, maybe you need to maintain life in any other way, or maybe you have a side thing that you ought to be doing. Then make sure that you also block in time. Maybe every 1 hour you do this and maybe get a break, or another 1 hour you do this and then get a break. Then this will help you to a great extent, and over time this compounds to the success of exactly what you're trying to do. So be very vigilant of this time, because it's so easy to wallow into your own thoughts and wallow into your own emotions, yet there are things that you ought to be doing and things that you need to be on top of, and that time could really help you as well. Now, another thing that has also helped me to especially even keep time is, if you know me, I will definitely be on time for sure. And one thing that abroad life has taught me is to keep time. So one of the things that has helped me is to ensure that I batch do things. So what do I mean by that is, for example, if it's cooking, I make sure that I prepare my meals on Sunday evenings, and I am sure to not be in the kitchen cooking within the week, such that, I don't have to, utilize extra time within the week, and I can do these activities on Sunday and do meal preparation. If you know me, I'm a dietitian, and I will talk about meal preparation forever and ever. So this is one of the things that has helped me. So batch doing things would be things like cooking in batches, or maybe it's cleaning in batches. So maybe take a day and block it out to say that you're going to deep clean instead of having to do several cleaning activities within the week, right? Or maybe it's something to do with doing laundry. So instead of doing every other week, then maybe you batch your laundry. This also depends on you, because again, depending on the setting of your family, then you would need to think about this. Why I'm saying this is because it's quite difficult to actually find someone to hire to do these activities for you. When you're in Nairobi, then this becomes very easy, because you just employ somebody and you're able to make your life a little bit easier, and it's a bit cheaper. Obviously, we are spoiled for choice in Nairobi for sure. Another batch thing that I do is shopping, house shopping for groceries and things that are non-perishable. Then I am able to do it ahead of time, such that by the time I am maybe set to do a certain activity, then I'm on time and I'm not overthinking about all the other many things that I ought to be doing, because this is something that could also happen to you when you come abroad, where your thought process is always running. It's always on the run, because what's the next thing? I need to be here, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that, and it can drive you crazy. So this is one of the other things that has helped me quite a lot to ensure that I am able to have the right mindset. Another thing obviously that has helped me quite a lot is speaking to people back at home. So making sure that you're very deliberate about who you want to connect with back at home, and make sure that you're also protecting your energy and protecting your mind, because there's also a thing that, when someone sees that you're abroad, they will think that, they need to take up your time, and you could entertain this to an extent where, it takes also so much of your time that is actually unnecessary. So ensure that you are investing in the right people, the right friends, obviously your family, closest family, and also speaking to them, because this helps your mindset as well, and remind you exactly why you are in that country, what you're there to achieve as well. And this also helps you in terms of managing your thought process, that will help you in managing your time, and eventually you find that you have a routine. So what we are trying to create here is a routine. Depending on you, you could change this routine every other week or every other month if you find that something is not working as well, and this will help you to a really great extent. So thinking about what activities do I have, how can I divide these activities in terms of priority, and how can I manage my time very well and be able to achieve every single little thing that I need to achieve. I always say that, don't say that you don't have time, because we are all given the same number of hours within a day. However, how you deliberately decide to block this time, whether you're feeling tired or not, then this is really up to you. And you know what? Again, give yourself quite the grace, because it's a lot to handle at the same time. And if you're unable to, do a few things here and there, if you can, ask for the help. If you can, also take time to do your things at your own pace as well. However, this is a broad journey, can be quite a lot and can be quite tiring. Sometimes you feel at the end of the week, maybe you're super tired just because maybe you had so many things to do which are maintenance, or maybe you had so many things to do which are work related, or so many things to do which were socially related. Evaluate every single time and see the reason as to why perhaps maybe you're too tired, or perhaps maybe you feel as if you're burning out to one end as opposed to the other end, and see what you need to maybe maybe cut out, or what you need to prioritize more. And I hope this video has helped you quite a lot. And until next time, like this video, comment down below, let me know what other videos you would like to see on this next month, and I'll be more than happy to do them. Subscribe, share the video if it helped you, please let me know, and also reach out to me on my social media handles and join my membership as well if you feel that you would want to speak to me directly about anything study or work related, especially in Europe. So until next time, have a good one. Bye.